Ryan Hawk, the fifth year from Columbus, Ohio. New Mexico State coming off a tough rivalry loss to New Mexico last week. Sam Houston, a 55-0 loss to Texas. They've got the rest advantage. That game was 12 days ago. Now they square off on a weekday CUSA matchup. Kick is through the end zone. It's a touchback, and the Bearkats started up on offense. Well, the Sam Houston offense has struggled this season, but they do have an electric quarterback in Hunter Watson. Fifth year from Salina, Texas. Started his career at Arkansas Monticello, a Division II school. Then 2 years ago, led Iowa Western Community to a national championship. Now, second year with Sam Houston. Like we said, his legs are the most important key for him.
And last year against New Mexico State had a fantastic game, over 100 yards on the ground rushing against the Aggies.
It starts with one in the backfield, three receivers wide. Watson slings it out to his left. It's Malik Humphreys on the first catch, and he's out of bounds on the left sideline. Burnock Aya knocking him out for a 6-yard gain.
And like a lot of teams in college football, Sam Houston not afraid to go tempo a little bit off of a big first down play. This is something that they have to improve on. This is the last place team in college football on third down. Trying to stay ahead of the sticks is going to be crucial for the Bearkats.
They said that was a big emphasis today. Improve on third down by not going third and long. 2nd and 4 for Watson with Alton McCaskill in the backfield. Redshirt senior. Throw to the right. It's Quavez Humphreys who breaks a tackle and gets a first down. Well, this Sam Houston offense has struggled a little bit, but they've played really well at times.
Well, trying to get more going in the passing game. Couple easy, quick completions on the outside. They've moved around some pieces on the offensive line. Michi Joseph and Rhett Larson have flipped at guard and trying to activate these receivers again. At the running back spot, Elijah Green is out. Alton McCaskill will get the start.
The one in the backfield is McCaskill again. He shifts to the left. First down for Watson. Looking to throw over the middle. Another easy completion. He's got his tight end, Austin Smith, for his second catch of the season.
And like these 3 completions right out of the gate, you'll notice all of these for Hunter Watson, getting the ball out of the hand quick. Finds the spot route right over the tackle for Austin Smith. Almost out to midfield now for the Bearkats.
Watson, not a guy that really slings it downfield, but these easy completions, great for the confidence. And he's got another to McCaskill, who's right near that first down marker.
Nice job on the perimeter blocking as well from these receivers.
22, Alton McCaskill.
Taylor, does it look like they've shifted the way their offense moves so far against this Aggie defense?
Somewhat. A little bit of tempo here again, and on the defensive side, as you get the starting lineup for the Aztecs, or excuse me, the New Mexico State Aggies. A couple key pieces that they have out. Tyler Martinez in the middle. Torrey Geathers and Quincy Davis will have to step up at the linebacker spot.
Sam Houston moving the ball well to start. McCaskill in the backfield again, and Watson to throw again. It's complete to Derek Bledsoe III for a solid gain. A redshirt sophomore from Arlington, Texas.
We'll take a look at keys to the game. Talked about this already with Sam Houston. Staying ahead of the sticks. Last in FBS on third down. Have to get to a third and shorter manageable. When they are on defense, don't let Fife get comfortable. Try to get pressure on him. For New Mexico State, when they get in the red zone on the other side of the 50, they've got to convert with points.
2nd and 4 for the Bearkats. Watson to throw again. He throws left. It's caught on the sideline. Austin Smith, the tight end, getting some early action, already doubling his season total in catches.
Well, another quick completion right now. Soft coverage from New Mexico State. And Watson is doing a nice job locating the open receiver, getting rid of the football. First little bit of pressure Hunter Watson has faced so far. Now the first third down of the game for Sam Houston. Big opportunity to stay on the field here.
Bearkats have the lowest third down conversion rate of any team since 2015 through 4 games at just 13.7%. Let's see if they can do it here on 3rd and 3. Watson fakes the handoff, facing pressure, and he can't get the dump-off pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, this is a bust. Clearly a miscommunication between Hunter Watson and Austin Smith. Looked like Hunter Watson, either running back or quarterback, opened the opposite direction. And Alton McCaskill at running back. You can see Hunter Watson showing his frustration with Alton McCaskill. Not surprised here at all to see Sam Houston going for it on 4th down. Don't be surprised if Hunter Watson stays on the ground and keeps it himself.
Sam Houston 3 of 12 on 4th down, but they've got solid momentum today. That was Cole Schnedt-Goki with good pressure on that New Mexico State defensive line. 4th down for the Bearcats. Fake handoff. Watson tucks it himself, and he's got the 1st down past the 40. Austin Smith with a great block.
And a nice job from Hunter Watson. Simple zone read. Watch how long he rides the mesh. Finally pulls the ball and gets vertical. That's a big momentum play early for the Bearcats. We talked about their 3rd down struggles. Picking up a 4th down, keeping your offense on the field. That is big-time momentum for the Bearcats.
Well, for the 2nd consecutive season, Hunter Watson is the leading rusher for Sam Houston. Came into today with 140 yards on the ground. On 1st down, he hands off to McCaskill for a short gain. 2nd and long coming up.
And Elijah Green, again, is out at the running back spot. And that's probably the most talented out of the running back room. Also has 133 yards out of the backfield receiving. Alton McCaskill will have to step up. We'll see Coco Brown as well.
Well, McCaskill hasn't played since the Western Kentucky game on August 23rd. He had 11 carries for 72 yards and a touchdown. Watson sends him in motion. Malik Phillips to the right. He fakes the handoff, rolling right, searching for a receiver, throws it incomplete down the field. 3rd down coming up.
Like another play with potentially a miscommunication. Now Quavez Humphreys on the outside. It looked like Hunter Watson was expecting some sort of underneath or drag route that wasn't there. Now, this is, if you've watched Sam Houston this year, 3rd and 8, 3rd and long. These have been the situations that they have really struggled with and have found themselves in far too often.
Do you expect 4-down territory here again?
If they pick up anything here to get it to 4th and shorter manageable, yes, I expect them to stay on the field.
3rd and 8 for Watson. He wants to throw again. Clean pocket. Over the middle, incomplete. And it's 4th and 8 coming up. Intended receiver, Derek Bledsoe.
Right on the edge of R.J. Lopez's range. Phil Longo told us that they got to about the 35-yard line. You see Watson, plenty of time. New Mexico State only rushing 3, working all the way back to the field.
Number 35, Curtis Graham.
I think if he started left, worked back to the right, looked like he had Chris Reed open initially. And again, this field goal, this will test the range of R.J. Lopez. Long so far this season is 40.
Well, this would be from 56. The kick is up. Spinning, and it's no good. Turnover on downs for Sam Houston. Well, the missed field goal takes us to a break. No score here in the 1st quarter.
Wife said, you haven't stopped talking about this job for 5 days. You need to go interview, and now he's the head coach.
Longo, the OC for 3 years. Now the head man. Well, New Mexico State takes over on the 38-yard line after the missed field goal by R.J. Lopez. It's Logan Fife, the quarterback, facing pressure. He throws a pass down the sideline, and it's complete for a 1st down.
That looks straight away to T.K. King, all-conference player that was out for the first part of the season. As you see stats so far this season for Logan Fife, the 4 interceptions, some other turnovers in there. That's the piece that they want to clean up, but huge for his quarterback that T.K. King is back active at receiver.
Fife, the 6th year, who started his career at Fresno State for 4 seasons, played at Montana last year. Hand off to Kadarius Callaway, the lead back today, for a short gain.
We'll take a look at the New Mexico State Aggie offensive lineup. Offensive line, there's been some movement there as well. Kai Wheeler out. BJ Tolo moves over to the center spot. That'll be key. A week ago, Santos Valdez had the start at center. And again, TK King getting the nod has not started so far this season, was injured with a hamstring.
Well, this offensive line struggled last week. Fife got sacked 9 times against New Mexico. Another handoff to Callaway, and he's stuffed by Zyke Lawton.
On the other side for the Bearcats, key piece missing in the middle. Jameer Diaz, injured a week ago, or 2 weeks ago rather, against Texas. But this is a unit, feel like against the Aggie offensive line, they can get after the quarterback and try to slow down the run. Aggies, this is one of the bottom teams in the country in terms of run game. You see back-to-back runs get stuffed, setting up a 3rd and long.
New Mexico State last in FBS at fewer than 40 rushing yards per game. Trying to get the run game going early. Now on 3rd and 8, Fife to throw. He steps up in the pocket, tucks it. He's heading for that 1st down, and he's got it. Running out of bounds at the 37.
This is an element for Logan Fife that this staff talked to us about wanting to see a little bit more of. When it's not there, being decisive and getting vertical. He's also dealing with a little bit of an ankle injury. He was in a boot all week, only taking it off for practice. Does a great job recognizing nothing open downfield, pocket collapsing, get vertical and pick up the 1st down.
Does the adrenaline kind of make that ankle pain go away on a night like this?
Yeah, the adrenaline and probably a shot in the ankle.
Well, Fife with an empty backfield. He's got 3 receivers wide. Now he motions man to the left. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Donovan Papel, the leading receiver.
Pressure look early that Sam Houston State backs out of. Take a look. Good job fighting through from Alonzo Edwards to create that PBU. But Sam Houston State, you'll see a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage. Freddie Autry-Lindsay, the defensive coordinator, wants to show pressure and also simulated pressure where they back out of it.
2nd and 10 for the Aggies. A fake handoff and a throw. He gets that one complete to Papel. His 20th catch of the season. He's brought down by Iman Allen, the 5th-year corner.
And Iman Allen, that's the guy typically into the boundary that the Bearcats feel like is their best cover corner. Guy that had a pick 6 for a touchdown against Hawaii. He'll be matched up primarily against Donovan Papel. That'll be a matchup keep an eye on as this game progresses.
New Mexico State 7th in the conference on 3rd down, just over 35% this season. 2 receivers to each side with Callaway in the backfield.
Pressure look again from Sam Houston. We'll see if they bring it this time or back out.
Pressure coming. Clean protection, and he completes the pass on the sideline. Catch made by Gavin Harris, the tight end, who's the 2nd leading receiver on the team at Sam Houston State, called a matchup nightmare today.
And may be the best pass-catching tight end in Conference USA, a guy that this defensive staff said we have to find where Gavin Harris is every play because he could beat you. He's a weapon. Does a great job securing that catch to the ground to pick up a 1st down.
But Logan Fife is out of the game right now. Adam DeMonte, the backup. Handoff to the right side. TK King, the speedy wide receiver, who's got space down the sideline. A 1st down and more. Flag down on the field. Well, Fife is ready to get back in the game. He's on the sideline.
And wipes away a big play for TK King. But I love the play design from offensive coordinator David Yost. This staff told us, look, with TK King coming back, this was a preseason all-conference player. We are going to manufacture touches for him. Said they wanted to get between 7 and 10 touches. Love the play design, the block on the outside, taking it away. But that is a guy in TK King they're going to feature throughout this game.
King hasn't played yet this season. This is his 1st game. The redshirt junior, Houston, Texas native. Tony Sanchez said he has Conference USA Player of the Year potential at wide receiver. 2 tight ends in for New Mexico State. Fife fakes the handoff, throws left. He's got Papel.
And this is the favorite target for Logan Fife on any of the quick game. Papel does such a nice job, especially when they're facing zone coverage. That time, corners off, just a simple hitch route, and this comes out of Fife's hands immediately. That connection between Fife and Papel, especially in that quick game, something they are, through this part of the season, have been in a great rhythm.
11-yard gain for Papel. He's already got 3 catches today. 2nd and short coming up. One in the backfield for Fife. It's Isaiah Ruddison, the redshirt junior from El Paso, who doesn't get the handoff. Throw lofted to the right side and incomplete. Fife was crushed right there. Christopher
Eaton Jr. introducing himself to Logan Fife. Eaton Jr., 6'3", 250 pounds. That is somebody that you do not want to leave unblocked. Really a nice job by Logan Fife. Get rid of the ball.
Tonight's Red Zone is brought to you by Verizon. We'll see if New Mexico State can convert here. They've only been in the red zone 7 times this year. Fife hands it off. And the gain looked to be short until a couple tackles broken by Isaiah Ruddison.
And that may look like a routine play, pick up a handful of yards, pick up a first down, but for an offense that is dead last in FBS running the football, these are the kind of momentum plays for your offensive line that you can build on throughout the game. Again, doesn't look like much, isn't a home run play, but these are the plays that New Mexico State has been missing to this point in the season, trying to convert in the red zone and run the ball effectively.
Only 1.5 yards per carry entering today. Today it's over 5 so far. First and goal for New Mexico State. It starts with another handoff. And Ruddison's brought down, but the ball is free. It's picked up by Iman Allen. Does Sam Houston have it? We'll see if his knee was down or not. The Bearcats may have very well created a turnover. Looked like Jaden Scott punched it out, and Allen had it.
Ruled a fumble on the field. That ball absolutely came out. A crucial error. Talked about the red zone struggles. Almost another error there from Iman Allen. Trying to go with the Reggie Bush lateral, flipping it backwards. That ball clearly out. I don't think there's any question. Unbelievable play and a huge momentum swing and a stand for the Sam Houston State Bearcats on defense. A lot of teams trying to take him away, but that unit's been fantastic.
Fewer than 10 points per game allowed. First play, a handoff to McCaskill for a good gain. Mob of tacklers by New Mexico State, but he's got 6.
Well, so far in this game, we've seen the 2 things that have been struggles for this offense on both sides. Sam Houston State, 0 for 2 on third down, and then New Mexico State, a turnover in the red zone. What a big play for the Bearcats, coming away with that turnover deep in their own territory.
2nd and 4 for Watson. 2 out wide to the right and 1 to the left. Looking to throw. He's going to tuck it here. Spinning free at first, and a short gain up the middle. Just 1 yard.
They're trying to go quick game again to the boundary. On the first possession, Watson comes right out, hits all of those passes into the flat. This time, New Mexico State, they've got bodies and coverage close to the line of scrimmage. Credit to Watson for broken play. Just pick up anything there. Try to get it to this spot that we've already talked a lot about. Another third down for the Bearcats.
0 for 2 so far. We mentioned it earlier. Worst in FBS right now. 7 of 53 this season. 3rd and 3 for Sam Houston. Watson with his eyes downfield completes the pass to Quavez Humphreys. Last year's 2nd leading receiver, just his 2nd catch of the year. He was brought down by Nathan Mitchell.
Great job by Quavez Humphreys. You know you're going to get hit. You're coming across the middle. This route took a little bit of time to set up. Good job fighting through, coming down with that completion and picking up a third down for the Bearcats.
Watson's just a 56% passer entering today. Tonight, he's 8 for 11. They'll hand it off on 1st and 10 to McCaskill, who breaks 1 and then tumbles over. A gain of 3.
A little breaking tendency that we're seeing early from New Mexico State. Getting some odd front with just 3 down linemen. 3-3-5, which is really the structure of Sam Houston on the other side, but what is typically a 4 down front for New Mexico State. You're seeing them drop an extra defender into coverage already some early in this game.
Well, the Aggies mentioned their D-line might be the strength and their best advantage in this game. Phillips in motion to the left. Hand off to McCaskill again. Breaking through, and it'll be 3rd down. 4-yard gain.
The if you watch Sam Houston in years past, and especially last year with Hunter Watson, this was a team that was a downhill physical runner with Hunter Watson. A lot of quarterback power, counter, anything with a lead. Not so much of that this year. These are the spots, third and short. We'll see. It's not typically what you would find in a Phil Longo offense, but do they have the design +1 quarterback run game with Hunter Watson here?
He's got a great running game himself. Led the team with over 600 rushing yards last year. It was 15th amongst quarterbacks at the FBS level. He hands it off to Coco Brown. First handoff of the day, and he's brought down short of the first down marker. Nick Session with a huge tackle for New Mexico State.
Well, Session's been solid all season for the Aggies, and shows you why right here. This looks like it's going to be a first down, and Session flying downhill. Watch this open field tackle. That is as good as it gets from a safety coming down, fitting the run, and making a big play for his defense.
Curtis Durand out to punt, the freshman from Melbourne, Australia. Would you look at that? Another Australian punter. Big surprise.
All of them out of pro kick. The pipeline.
Pro Kick Australia, the training academy that Curtis Durand learned to punt. All the way back to TK King, who wants no part of it. And this is going to be an outstanding punt. Recovered by Quan Williams. He downs it inside the 5. It's at the 2. That is huge for Sam Houston. A great punt by Durand. 72 yards. Scoreless in the first quarter.
Away with points, but flipping the field like that, that was a massive play and punt from Curtis Durand.
So that's why they get punters from Australia. It seems to work out. Hand off to Kadarius Callaway on first down. He's brought down by C.J. Brown, 6-year free safety, 4-yard gain. New Mexico State setting up deep in their own territory, and it looks like they'll let the clock run here. 2nd and 6 will be next for the Aggies. We've got a scoreless game at the end of the first quarter on a beautiful night in Las Cruces. Kadarius Callaway gotten the majority of the carries today, 3 out of 7. They'll hand it off to Callaway, who is stuffed at the line. A little bit of pushing and shoving before third down. Logan Fife staying out of it because he's got some bigger fish to fry these days. Logan is newly a dad. Just welcomed his daughter, Aisley May, who was born on August 12th. So when he's not playing football, he's changing diapers, something you might know about him.
Yeah, I can sympathize on that with Logan Fife, but beautiful daughter. Congratulations to Logan and his fiance. And you're exactly right. The late scrums, he's probably not diving into anymore.
We don't need anyone looking at the screen saying, hey, why is Dad fighting that guy? A throw to the right. Callaway's got a first down, dragged out of bounds by Cecil Power.
And something in that first quarter, 34 rushing yards for New Mexico State. That almost matches their average on the ground for a game. Good job here getting the ball out quick to pick up a first down. But for New Mexico State, a big part of that, keeping their quarterback Logan Fife upright. 9 sacks a week ago against New Mexico. That eats in, obviously, to your rush yardage. So far tonight, they've done a nice job protecting 4.
One thing the coaching staff mentioned about Fife, who's a 6th year, he is a great leader of this team. He brings a wealth of experience. He knows how to act as QB1 off the field, and he is popped on the throw deep, and it's caught. It's caught by TK King, the electric receiver, back for his first game of the season.
Well, this is why this staff told us we think this may be Conference USA Player of the Year potential, as Logan Fife gets stuffed right as he lets the ball go. Good job standing in the pocket, delivering a shot downfield, and a huge play from TK King.
A 35-yard grab by King, who can completely change this offense. That pass completed to Donovan Papel for 5 yards. But when you bring King in the mix, everything changes. He is dynamic.
Well, he was the guy that Tony Sanchez lit up about when we were talking to him yesterday. He said, look, this is a guy that we wish we could have got him on the field earlier. He's been battling that hamstring. But TK King, again, they said, we feel like he's got the potential to be Conference USA Player of the Year caliber, and we are going to get him the ball. Great job there. And credit again to Logan Fife for standing in there, delivering that, knowing he's going to take a shot.
Well, King went to Texas Tech for 2 seasons to start his career, transferred to Wyoming last year, where he was first team All-Mountain West as a kick returner. He's going to be used heavily as a wide receiver here at New Mexico State. As that handoff goes to Tim Gans, the 5'10" running back.
Carry by number 20.
3rd and short coming up, and it doesn't look like they're afraid to run the ball on this side of the field, too. Might be 4-down territory.
No, really, both offenses trying to break tendencies a little bit, but I think New Mexico State's done a really nice job so far tonight, staying ahead of the sticks. With the exception of the fumble in the red zone, they've been efficient so far.
New Mexico State 4 for 4 on 3rd down. On 3rd and 3, Fife to throw. He completes the pass, and it's a 1st down. Lucas Unger, the 6th-year tight end, for his 3rd catch of the season. 4-yard gain in the 1st.
And a nice job again by Logan Fife. Linebacker getting into the flat, the window to hit his tight end. Unger does a great job getting the ball to him before Dean Ford, number 30, can get to that window.
Well, Fife has turned the ball over in each of the first 4 games. Today, his decision-making looks great. 1st and 10 coming up for the Aggies. They'll hand it off to Callaway, who's stuffed after a couple. 2nd and long coming up.
And this is by far the most committed we've seen New Mexico State to running the football on a down-to-down basis. Not seeing chunk plays really in the run game, but even picking up 2 and 3 yards for an offense that averages less than 50 yards a game rushing the football. Seeing some momentum and the ability to stay ahead of the sticks. Would not be surprised at this part of the field at this down and distance if we see a shot play here.
With 40 rushing yards today, the Aggies have already tied their season average per game, which is the lowest in FBS. So they're on the right track. On 2nd and 7, Fife facing a little pressure. He whips it out to the right, and it's caught by Callaway. Juking around looking for the 1st down. He broke a tackle from Alonzo Edwards, and it looks like he's got that 1st.
Callaway a little slow to get up. Remember, Dijon Staley at running back. He's out. This would be a big loss. Callaway able to get off on his own power. Great move in the open field. Make 2 guys miss. Pick up that 1st down.
Five for 5 on 3rd down is New Mexico State. They've done well running the ball and completed some short passes. Fife is already over 100 yards. Hand off to Tim Gans again. He breaks through and has a nice gain. 2nd and short coming up.
Really nice job by Gans. Physical back, not the biggest in that running back room, but runs tough. Slips, looks like the turf monster got him, but again, the commitment from this Aggies offense to run the football. This is really in a way that we have not seen going back a week ago against New Mexico. Once they got down, they felt like they had to throw their way out of it.
Much more balanced attack on offense today. 2nd and 5 for Fife with Callaway back in the backfield. He hands it off to him here. 1st down. Looks like he's got it. Brought down by C.J. Brown.
And credit to this offensive line that's had so many pieces move around. Remember, Kai Wheeler, the center, is out. They moved B.J. Tolo over to center. A miss there in the middle. Looked like an opportunity for Chris Eaton Jr. to come away with a tackle. A good job in the open field by Kadarius Callaway.
Back in the red zone where New Mexico State fumbled it on the other side of the field back in the 1st quarter. They put together a great drive so far. The question is, can they capitalize? 1st down for Fife. Handed off to Callaway for a short gain. Down at the 12.
Guy that's had a quiet 1st quarter is Gavin Harris. Has the 1 touch. Right now, he's getting man defense at the top. That, to me, is a guy, anytime you get one-on-one with a linebacker or safety, it's a mismatch with Gavin Harris, who now checks out of the game.
Yeah, that's what Sam Houston said yesterday, that he could be a game changer, and he's a matchup nightmare, but like you said, just 1 catch today. Fife hands it off again. A Another short gain. The defensive line for Sam Houston has stepped up on this drive.
And the problems again in the red zone starting to show for New Mexico State. Remember, this is a team coming into this game just 7 trips to the red zone. Done a nice job so far on third down conversions, a perfect 5 for 5. But this is a spot. The last time they were in the red zone, there was a fumble. What do you have here? If nothing else, you're well within range for your kicker, Ryan Hawk. Don't need any critical error. Trying to come away with points, a field goal at a minimum if you're New Mexico State.
And so far tonight, it looks like points like that will be very valuable. 3rd and 7 with the clock running. Just 1 to go. They get the snap off. Fife to throw. Looking into the end zone. It's over the head of Propel. And it's 4th and 7 coming up.
Now, don't hate the play design. I thought it was a little late from Logan Fife. He throws this out of bounds. I'm not sure, even if Propel had a chance to get a hand on it, that he would have come down in bounds. Good coverage on the back end from Octavius Henderson. And now we'll see here, again, with all the red zone struggles for New Mexico State, and they capitalize on a really long drive with points.
28-yarder coming up for Ryan Hawk, the 5th-year from Columbus, Ohio, transfer from Valpo. He nails this one, and New Mexico State takes an early 3-0 lead with 7 to go in the second quarter. The one thing Phil Longo mentioned, that if he was ever going to come back as Sam Houston head coach, he wanted to see them at the FBS level, and he got just that. Ryan Hawk kicks off all the way into the back of the end zone. Tailback with Sam Houston coming back on offense after a fantastic drive by New Mexico State.
The drive with the service academies would be jealous of. 28-yard field goal, 15 plays, 87 yards, 8:20 off the clock. And for all the struggles that we've talked about for New Mexico State running the football, the majority of that was on the ground, really on a down-to-down basis. The one big play over the top to TK King, but offensive line play much improved so far tonight from New Mexico State.
They ran the ball 8 times on that drive. Look at that, almost 3 times the amount of yards as Sam Houston, but just a 3-0 lead. Hunter Watson, the quarterback, fakes the first handoff, and he's swallowed up for a sack. Ezra Christensen, the redshirt senior from San Diego, takes down Watson.
Miscommunication on the left side of that offensive line. Michi Joseph and Luke Eckhart. You see number 54, Joseph Coles. There's nobody left there to replace. Anytime you leave big 90 Ezra Christensen unblocked, that is a problem for your quarterback, Hunter Watson, who had no shot to get rid of that ball.
3rd sack for Ezra Christensen, who's originally from Sierra Leone. He moved to America as a sophomore in high school, grew up playing soccer, now a pretty solid football player here in CUSA. Pass completed to Malik Phillips, 3rd and long coming up for Sam Houston. This is exactly where they didn't want to be.
A position they felt like they found themselves in all season, basically in every game. Way too many 3rd and long opportunities. Down where obviously New Mexico State pinning their ears back. See if there's any wrinkle here. Sam Houston State leaves the tight end or back end for max protection.
1 for 4 on 3rd down today. Watson rolling right, scanning his options, facing pressure. He throws long, and it's tipped out of bounds, incomplete. Sam Houston's going to have to punt again. He was looking for Chris Reed, and Nathan Mitchell got a hand up.
Yeah, in some ways, I feel for Watson, who gets sacked on 1st down. And on 3rd down there, you can tell he's forcing this ball. It's not there. He needs to throw this ball away. Almost gets intercepted. Good job in coverage by Nathan Mitchell, dropping under, almost coming away with an interception. But for Hunter Watson, you can feel the frustration, wanting to try and make something happen for his offense.
Well, that first drive by Sam Houston was great. 6 straight completions. They got 30 yards out of it, but they've struggled at the O-line since. Curtis Duran to punt. His last one was 72 yards. Back to receive is TJ Pride, the sophomore from Midlothian, Texas. He's been their punt returner this year. He's out of bounds. We're about halfway through the second quarter. Then they force Sam Houston to go 3 and out. Not great for the Bearcat defense. With Taylor McCarg, I'm Jack Gordon. Thanks for tuning in tonight on CBS Sports Network. First pass deflected. Zyke Lawton getting his big paws in there. Flag down on the field.
Well, Fife very fortunate that Zyke Lawton isn't running the opposite direction with that ball.
Run the field is an incomplete pass. Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense. Number 90. 15-yard penalty to the previous spot. Automatic first down.
And they get Darian Jackson for the roughing the passer. We'll take a look at it here. The screen's diagnosed immediately. Watch 90, just the late shove. You get that step or two late. There's not much in it. You're going to get that call every time. Once quarterback's got the ball out of his hands, if you take that extra couple steps, even if it's just a shove, that's going to get called every time. Critical error there by Darian Jackson.
I mean, what a difference. Instead of 2nd and 10 from the 47, 15 yards for New Mexico State. Handoff to TK King, dashing for the sideline, but he's wrapped up. Great tackle by Dean Ford.
Well, Dean Ford has been everywhere so far in this game, a guy that's not even listed in the 2-deep. Done a nice job early in this game. Watch, this is all pursuit drill. TK King getting the stretch sweep. Second time they've gone to this. Good speed in the open field by Dean Ford.
So 2nd and 12 coming up. That was an effort to get TK King the ball, something they want to do, like you said earlier, about 8 to 10 times today. One in the backfield, Kadarius Callaway. Fife looks to throw. He tucks it, and he's brought down. Darian Jackson with some redemption after the penalty. It's 3rd and long coming up for the Aggies.
You gotta love that if you're a Bearkats fan. The guy that had the roughing the passer 2 plays ago comes up with the big sack. See 90 right in the middle. Good job in pursuit. Doesn't get home initially, stays after the play, able to get home to the quarterback and come away with a big sack.
This game very well might be won in the trenches, and we've seen back and forth pressure on the quarterback. Well, Fife was sacked 9 times last time out. He's got 3rd and 14 here. Mexico State's been good on 3rd down today. Fife throws right. It's caught by Fapel. Going towards the first down, and he's got it just inside the 25.
Now, looks like a bust in coverage. Alonzo Edwards bails immediately. Safety takes the number 2 receiver. I've got no idea where Alonzo Edwards, who runs himself out of the frame. That's an easy pitch and catch. What should have been a big opportunity for Sam Houston to get off the field is an easy first down pickup for the Aggies.
Well, Fapel's already got 4 catches, 38 yards tonight. Aggies 6 of 7 on 3rd down. It's been tough for the Sam Houston defense, not getting off the field. Fife throws over the middle. It's complete and into the end zone. Looks like he was just shy. Out of bounds at the 1. Sean Brown, the 5th-year receiver.
This is a great throw from Logan Fife. Has to layer this over a linebacker. Really good touch on this ball. Stands in the pocket, knows he's going to get hit. And a good catch. Watch how he drops it right over the defender, C.J. Brown. And that's close. I thought Sean Brown may have extended the ball to get in. This will be a great look at it here.
25-yard gain for Brown. His right foot might have been on that right sideline, but he did get the arm stretched, so we'll see if he did pass the goal line.
They're going to take a look at whether Sean Brown was able to get in, but that throw from Logan Fife, you've got that safety coming down, and C.J. Brown, that over route comes all the way across the field. If you throw this too flat, it's an interception to C.J. Brown. This is a really impressive throw from Logan Fife, and another impressive drive from the Aggies. Big play.
3-0 New Mexico State. And they've got a chance to keep Sam Houston on its heels. This is a defense that's been on the field for a while. They're going to get a little bit of a break as we take a look at this potential touchdown.
Keeping him upright, doing a nice job in run blocking as well.
Therefore, the ball will be placed at the half-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
That's interesting. They're saying they didn't have a clear shot of whether or not the ball passed the pylon. Also, I'm not sure whether or not he was in bounds, but like you mentioned, Jack, ball will be placed at the half-yard line.
Now, Sean Brown wanted that first touchdown in the season. You might have to wait. First and goal for New Mexico State inside the 1. Heavy personnel out on the field. They've ran the ball a lot better than they have all season long, and with first and goal inside the 1, you might just see a couple handoffs if they even need it. Fife with the sneak. Is he in? They're checking the ball right near the goal line, and it's a touchdown for the Aggies. Logan Fife straight up the middle for a score.
Go with the tush push. Is almost always undefeated. Another impressive drive. Back-to-back touchdown drives for New Mexico State. Capped off with points.
Well, I'll tell you what, this isn't Philadelphia, but 6 points is 6 points. And New Mexico State making it tough for Sam Houston right now, forcing their offense, or rather the Sam Houston defense, to be on the field a lot. Ryan Hawk out for the extra point. 6 for 7 on the season. $10-0 lead for the Aggies with 2:45 to go in the second quarter.
Is good.
New Mexico State looking to go 3-0 at home for the first time since 2007, and right now they're well on their way there, executing really well on offense.
Nice job in the last 2 possessions. The first one came away with a field goal. This one capped off by the tush push. Able to get just enough over the goal line for a touchdown. And for a team whose red zone issues we've talked about already quite a bit, just 7 red zone trips coming into the season. That's been an area, it's one of our keys to the game. Mexico State's done a nice job so far. A great down the line shot of Logan Fife getting the ball across the end zone.
Fife has been so efficient today, 11 of 14 on the day. Last 10 passes, it's been outstanding, 8 for 10 with 90 yards. Malik Phillips, Shane Porter out to receive. Ryan Hawk on the kickoff, and this is a crucial time for Sam Houston to get some points because their offense has stalled.
They've stalled, and New Mexico State gets the ball coming out of half.
Already with a 10-0 lead. We'll see what the Aggies can do on offense, and if the Bearkats can bounce back and put a good drive together. Look at the puppy out on the field. Is that the T? Wow. A talented dog. Logan Fife really solid today. They came into today just 54% with 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns, 4 picks, but he's been leading this New Mexico State offense to a 10-0 lead today. Watson fakes the handoff, going out left towards the sideline, and he's out of bounds at the 31.
And that's the element that Watson is known for. Get him on the edge, one read. If it's not there, press the sideline, pick up good yardage, good first down play.
6-yard gain for Hunter Watson, the team's leading rusher. That was a nice fake right there. He definitely eked out some of the D linemen. On 2nd and 4, it's a handoff to McCaskill, who's got a first down, and he finds some daylight all the way to the 44-yard line.
Well, McCaskill's the big frame, 6'2", 210 pounds, and when he gets going downhill, watch this cut. Boom, right here. Press, cut back. That is a great job in the open field. Sam Houston State trying to get a play off before the 2-minute timeout, but not able to. But a good run by Alton McCaskill.
10-0 New Mexico State as we step aside for our 2-minute timeout here at Aggie Memorial Stadium. New Mexico State will receive the kick. Sam Houston only 74 yards of offense today. They're last in Conference USA with just 266 a game. Pass completed to the right side to McCaskill. He fends off one defender, gets through a tackle, and he's down at the 50.
A good effort from Alton McCaskill. This play's blown up in the backfield just to get really anything to pick up 6 yards. Good play on the perimeter. One of the favorite throws in this offense. Just get the ball on the perimeter, get the quick screen out. Torrey Gethers, the linebacker, did a good job trying to seal the edge.
Second and 4 with McCaskill in motion. Fife throws over the middle, rather at Watson, and he's got Grady O'Neal, the redshirt junior transfer from Wisconsin, with a 16-yard gain.
Good timing over the middle. Now we'll see Sam Houston go fast.
Time called, and Sam Houston's going to want to stop the clock here on 1st and 10. It seems like they might want to get back into that rhythm where they had all those quick completions early in the first quarter. They've gotten out of that, but seen it a little bit on this drive.
Well, key on that play was good protection. I know it was a quick strike, but that's been the issue so far with Sam Houston State. Big opportunity to see if they can come away with points before half.
Right now, trying to put some points on the board before New Mexico State receives the second half kickoff. Bearkats, one of just 4 winless teams in FBS right now, and they've had a tough slate so far. Western Kentucky, UNLV, Hawaii, Texas. They've traveled over 10,000 miles, and they're in Las Cruces battling to get a win. 1st and 10 for Hunter Watson, the fifth-year quarterback, who hands it off to McCaskill, and he's brought down behind the line. Ezra Christensen wraps him down.
And a pull read here from Hunter Watson. This is a miss. Christensen crashes down. Really reading the defensive end like Gabe Peterson, number 16. And as Peterson's coming down, that's got to be a pull and get vertical from Hunter Watson.
Christensen with his second TFL of the game. 2nd and 12 with an empty backfield. Watson with a clean pocket, now rolling left. And he's going to take this one out of bounds and stop the clock. I am chasing him down.
A big play here on 3rd down. Good coverage on the back end again from New Mexico State. Really nowhere to go with the football. Watson having to break contain, try to pick up anything, maybe working the boundary, but Watson was looking to the field. Wasn't able to see Chris Reed come open on the curl route. It'll be interesting to see how Sam Houston plays this. To stop the clock, gives New Mexico State an opportunity to get into a 2-minute drill if they don't pick up the 1st down.
They have not improved on their 3rd down woes tonight. 1 for 5. Worst in FBS on 3rd down. Watson throws over the middle. It's tipped, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Grady O'Neal, and Torrey Geathers made a great play on defense.
Miscommunication between Grady O'Neal and Hunter Watson. Grady O'Neal breaks back to the inside. Watch as Hunter Watson sets and releases this ball. It's almost like he thinks O'Neal should be working back to the ball. He's open. I think that's just a miss from Hunter Watson on the curl route in the middle of the field.
On 4th and 9, Sam Houston opting for a kick here. It's Christian Pavon. He's not the starter, but he's got a bigger leg than R.J. Lopez. He was nailing field goals from 60-plus earlier today. And from 51, it is good. Sam Houston puts 3 on the board with a bomb from Christian Pavon, last year's starting kicker, who might very well be on his way to winning back the job. 10-3, New Mexico State will be back in 30 here on CBS Sports Network. King back to receive. He'll let this one sail over the top. New Mexico State's got 35 seconds to put points on the board.
And I think if you're Sam Houston, if you can get a stop here, get into half just down 1 score, I think you got to feel really good about yourself. Remember, they forced a turnover deep in their own territory. New Mexico State fumbling on the 5-yard line. If you can go in the half down 7, really in a spot where New Mexico State has outplayed you on a down-to-down basis, anything can happen in the second half. But that was a big field goal from Christian Pavon.
Well, Logan Fife and the New Mexico State offense have been pretty solid today. 192 total yards. Almost double what Sam Houston State's put up. Starting at the 25. And they'll play it conservative here. A handoff to Kadarius Calloway. He's down at the 29 for a gain of 4.
Looks like a lineman down for New Mexico State. They're slow to get up. That looks like big Malik Williams. That's their leader of this unit.
Yeah, their left tackle, captain of the team, a 6th year from Wayward, California. Started his career at Wyoming, transferred to San Jose State. This is his 1st year at New Mexico State. He's playing in his 41st college game, and they're going to let the clock run out as we head into halftime. Our scores. Back to receive. This This one's going to be returnable, and King catches it at the 7 with a burst of speed, brought down around the 25. New Mexico State will have the ball back on offense, and that group has been really in a groove.
Well, the last two possessions, not including before half, just the one play to go into half, but the 15 plays, 87 yards for the field goal, and then the touchdown drive, both really impressive. And again, I thought offensive line play in the first half for New Mexico State, that was the best half that unit has played all season.
Without a key offensive lineman in there, their center Kai Wheeler is out. They've had to make some changes, but Fife has only been sacked once today compared to the 9 times last time out, and he completes a pass to King for a first down all the way to the 39.
What a difference maker it's been for this offense having TK King back. His first action so far this season has really been everywhere so far. Had the biggest play, the shot play over top in the first half. They've done a nice job mixing up looks, getting him the ball in the jet sweep as well.
King, one of those high pedigree guys that they found in the portal, started his career at Texas Tech, last year at Wyoming, and it looks like he's found a home. Fife looking to throw, but he's under pressure. He escapes, and he's down at the 41.
Jackson, that's something you and I talked about during halftime. A week ago, Logan Fife was sacked 9 times in the first half, just once by this Sam Houston front. Does a nice job evading pressure here. This is not a blitz, just rushing 4. Logan Fife working to his left, does a nice job breaking contain, breaking a tackle, and picking up anything there to avoid a sack.
2nd and 7 for Fife. Darius Callaway in the backfield, and he hands it off. Callaway is stuffed. It was Jackson who made the play right at the line. He almost ripped the ball out, but Callaway held on. New Mexico State's already fumbled once, but he holds on, so it's 3rd and medium coming up.
90 again. Darian Jackson called his name a couple times on this drive. Really a pretty good job by Kadarius Callaway to fight for a couple extra yards.
Callaway's been their leading rusher today, 9 carries, 24 yards. The 5th year from Philadelphia, Mississippi. Technically at his 5th school right now. Originally a top 150 recruit in the country. Enrolled at Alabama, played at a couple more schools after that. This one's incomplete to Gavin Harris, the tight end. C.J. Brown in coverage, and it's 4th down coming up for the Aggies.
Really good coverage from C.J. Brown. They're trying to go back and target Gavin Harris. Quiet game so far, just had 1 catch in the first half. This is a spot C.J. Brown, the senior, does a really nice job. Sticky man-to-man coverage. Gets the PBU and gets his unit off the field.
Eamon Allen to return the punt from Max Dean, the redshirt sophomore from Gisborne, Australia. First season as the starter for the Aggies. This one bounces out of bounds, a solid punt from Dean. About 2 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Aggies still up by 7. Take a step aside.
That's quiet, so there's always somebody that gets knocked off.
How about Oregon beating Penn State last week, too? First play, a handoff to McCaskill, a solid gain, and 2nd and medium coming up. Well, Taylor, this Sam Houston offense struggled in the first half, fewer than 97 yards. They're last in COSA with just 16 points a game. What can they do differently here in the second half?
Got to try and find an explosive play. Get it on the perimeter in the first part of the game. A lot of quick underneath completions for Hunter Watson, finding a little bit of a rhythm, but have to be able to test downfield at some point in this game.
Watson 10 of 15, just 62 yards. He's got 2 in the backfield. He holds it this time and rolls right and completes the pass to Coco Brown for a first down and more. Broke a tackle from Nate Mitchell and got the first.
And I love that play design. Get your quarterback Hunter Watson on the edge. This is a simple read. Zone read, able to pull it, get this on the edge. There's one read here. It's either get it in the flat to Coco Brown or take off. Any opportunity to get Hunter Watson on the edge and allow him to either throw it or take off with his legs. I think you got to like that for a guy like Hunter Watson that's so dynamic running the football.
Well, Coco Brown, the redshirt sophomore from Denton, Texas, entered the game as the team's leading receiver. They love these dump-off passes, but they can't get it to McCaskill. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know this doesn't look like much, but these swing routes, you got to put it on the body of the running back. This ball gets just a little bit away from his running back, Alden McCaskill.
Watson was in a good rhythm in the first quarter, completing 6 straight passes. A lot of these easy ones over the middle and dump off to the RBs, but he's gotten out of that rhythm. He fakes the handoff on second down, recovers his own fumble, and he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 40. Just a 2-yard gain, and they're back where they don't want to be, 3rd and long.
Yeah, Watson fortunate that able to recover this ball, hits the turf and bounce right up to him. But you nailed it, Jack. This is the spot. Feels like Sam Houston on offense has been here almost every 3rd down this season. 3rd and long, 3rd and 8. What can you dial up here? Guy in the slot that had a big first half for them, Grady O'Neal, to see if they target him right here.
Watson scans to the right, throws over the middle. It's complete to Coco Brown. He's got the first down, and finally they convert on 3rd.
Really nice job by Coco Brown and a good throw from Hunter Watson. They bring Grady O'Neal across. Grady O'Neal will come across, replaced with the running back Coco Brown. Finds the void, soft spot in coverage, and a big first down.
Brown being used a lot here in the second half. He gets a handoff for a nice gain. 2nd and short coming up. That was an 8-yard gain.
This is a spot here, if you have any sort of trick play or chunk play that you've worked on and prepped for, this is where I like calling it. 2nd and short, you're on the plus side of the field, trying to find another spark here for your offense.
2nd and 2. Do they take a shot? With O'Neal in motion, a quick pitch, and he gets popped. The 3rd down coming up.
Nick Sessions, not fooled at all. Great job coming up from the safety spot. He's done this a couple times tonight. Pop pass to Grady O'Neal, and watch this hit. Boom, right there. Good open field tackle from the senior from Gardena, California.
Nick Sessions, the transfer from Oklahoma State, played 4 years for the Cowboys, and he's making a big difference for New Mexico State today. 3rd and 3. Can they do it again? Watson hands it off, and McCaskill's got a first down.
Number 22.
Good job on the right side of that offensive line. Rhett Larson, Colt Dieterich. This was a huge play. Back-to-back 3rd downs that this offense has been able to pick up, and look at that hole sealed off on the right side, led especially by that right guard, Rhett Larson.
Sam Houston putting together a solid drive. Watson fakes the handoff under pressure, and he dumps it off. You know, one thing we haven't seen today, Taylor, is any design runs from Watson, any scrambles where he's getting into the open field. That's his bread and butter, but he hasn't been able to get to it.
Well, it's not a staple of a Phil Longo offense. A year ago, so much of what made Hunter Watson dynamic was quarterback power, quarterback counter, the design +1 quarterback run game. That's not a staple in this offense. This is much more of a, if you're going to have quarterback run game, it's zone read, maybe a little option off of it. That time, I thought it should have been a handoff, trying to make a little too much happen.
Longo's coached some great quarterbacks. Sam Howell and Drake May at UNC led some great offenses. See what he can do with Watson here in the second half. Throw over the middle, and it's complete to Quavez Humphreys.
That's the 2nd time tonight Quavez Humphreys has made a play over the middle of the field. This is tough. Fits it in right before the safety. You got to have some real courage going across the middle like that. 2nd time tonight he's made a big play on a contested catch.
Tonight's Red Zone brought to you by Verizon. First time there for Sam Houston State. They hand it off to McCaskill on 1st down. He's facing pressure in the backfield, and he's dragged down at the 16.
Well, this was a year ago for Hunter Watson. We talk about what he's capable of doing with his legs. 46-yard touchdown right up the middle against New Mexico State. Comes right back later in the game, 55 yards against Western Kentucky, But this was an element of his game that a year ago was one of the reasons why they ended up winning 10 games. Had an outside shot late in the year of competing for the conference championship. This year just has not been as much of an element.
116 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns last year. against New Mexico State. Handoff to McCaskill, and it's third down coming up once again. I mean, last year he was outstanding against New Mexico State. He became the first Sam Houston quarterback with back-to-back 100 rushing yard games. 1-1 in the series between New Mexico State and Sam Houston. Last year, a 31-11 win.
Throws that he's been most comfortable with have been in the seams and in the middle of the field. Got your big tight end, their top pass catcher, Rayfield Lofton, right here. We'll see if they target him in the red zone.
And now he looks to the sideline, and it's a timeout for Sam Houston. This is a crucial possession. No wonder they want to talk things over.
Well, it's just been so many positives on this drive for Sam Houston. Got to come away with points. This has been a tight game on both sides. Defense did a nice job coming out of half and getting a stop. Really nice drive coming down the field for Sam Houston. No mistakes here. No sacks. Certainly not a turnover. I think that's the conversation right now. You're going with your best play that your quarterback feels comfortable in. If it's not there, get rid of it and bring on what we think will be Christian Pavon to kick the field goal.
So far, a 12-play drive for 68 yards, and they've mustered up 4 first downs. I mean, even 3 would mean a lot here in a game where New Mexico State has been solid on offense, but Sam Houston has held them to just 10 points. 7:02 to go in the third quarter. 3rd and 9 for Sam Houston. There's Christian Pavon, who nailed a 51-yarder earlier. Today's his birthday. Watson to throw, dumps it off to the right. It's incomplete to Landon Brown. They're going to see if this was a backward pass. Didn't look like it was going to be. And it was. It was a backward pass. New Mexico State recovers the fumble. Cole Schnedt-Goke, the defensive lineman on the ball to flip this game.
Hunter Watson doesn't think so. We'll get a look at it when we come back. But if this stands, this is a huge play. All that work for Sam Houston. We'll see if this is a fumble when we come back. Welcome back to Las Cruces. Sam Houston has thrown so many bubble screens today. Gabe Peterson will drop with the bubble. And I think this spooks Hunter Watson, who does throw this. It's right down the line. And again, because this was ruled a fumble on the field, I'm not sure that there's enough here to overturn it. And a great job by Cole Schnedt-Goke flying in there, wrestling the ball away from Alton McCaskill to come away with the turnover. That all started with Gabe Peterson dropping underneath the bubble, reading tendencies, and a good job by that call on the defensive side from defensive coordinator Joe Morris.
That's the first time Sam Houston has lost a fumble all season long. Had the ball in the red zone, and all of a sudden, New Mexico State is back on offense, but there's a flag down on the field.
Delay game. Defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Now Sam Houston must have said, or either a clap or said something that's mirroring the cadence. Tight end at the bottom looked like Adam Parks is who jumped, but it did not go against Parks. They're saying the defense disconcerting signals.
1st and 5 for New Mexico State. Fake handoff. Fife looks deep, and he'll throw it right. Oh! Wow, that was Kadarius Callaway who got dragged down by a face mask from Cecil Powell, the 7th year.
And Powell's pleading his case. He's saying it wasn't a face mask. Crews getting together to discuss this. Bang, bang play. We'll see on the replay whether or not he got the hand up around the face mask of Kadarius Callaway.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. 2. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. Automatic first down.
Well, 2 penalties have just given New Mexico State 20 yards.
Now take a look at it. Bang, bang play. I don't know. He grabs him right at the chest. We'll get a better look at it. This will be a great look at it right here. I think that's a miss. I don't think that's a face mask at all. I think it's just a violent play, and a good job by Cecil Powell.
Fake handoff to Callaway. Fife throwing deep all the way down the field. It is caught. TK King strikes again.
Well, this is a beautiful deep ball by Logan Fife. Watch how high he throws this ball. That's the old Russell Wilson moon ball. Drops it in the bucket. And how big is it having TK King, who just runs by the entire defense on the back end. Jaden Scott was in a good position, and TK King runs by him. Great throw and catch.
A 54-yard grab. He's already got over 100 on the day. But when head coach Tony Sanchez said he's going to change the offense, TK King certainly has. Here's Callaway breaking tackles, and he's down all the way at the one.
That was an unbelievable throw, setting up a little bit of tempo. An offense we've talked about trying to establish their identity running the football. Struggled to this point in the season. Good job between the tackles. Went with the tush push the last time they got to the half-yard line. We'll see if they come back with it here.
It worked for a Logan Fife rushing touchdown the first time around. See if they can add to the 10-3 lead, and they're set up in the tush push look again. Hand off to Fife. Did he get through? The ball is out. Ball on the ground. Callaway tried to jump on it. He very well might have just recovered that fumble. That is a game-changing play.
What was almost a disaster for Logan Fife in this offense. An offense that already has a fumble inside the 5-yard line. And my goodness, cannot believe Sam Houston State did not come away.
Look at that punch by C.J. Brown. That was a great play. And how did they not land on that ball?
What a momentum swing, and what really would have been a complete disaster for Sam Houston State, for New Mexico State, if they had not come away with that.
Well, you can't run the tush push from the 9-yard line, so right before third down, New Mexico State wants to talk this over. A spot like this, 3rd and 9, probably not going to risk it on 4th and long, so you'd think they're going for some yards to get a field goal or aiming for the end zone.
I think that's why their head coach, Tony Sanchez, decided to call this timeout. Get everybody to the sidelines, get on the same page, try and calm down a little bit. You get all the way down to the half-yard line and then fumble on a tush push, and you're just trying to calm everybody down. I think you come back out from the 9-yard line, come up with some sort of shot, figure out a way to attack the end zone, but same thing. If it's not there in a game where your defense has played really well, have to come away with points. But man, what a huge momentum swing back and forth. We'll get one more look at it in the luck. New Mexico State. Great heads-up play, punching the ball out.
Callaway's nowhere near the start of that play, and then he jumps on the ball. Brown frustrated there after punching that thing out. Thought Sam Houston could have had it. So instead, it's 3rd and goal from the 9, and Fife will hand it off to King, who's brought down at the 15. A great play by Zyke Lawton for a big loss.
And credit to this Bearkats defense, making a play all the way, fighting all the way down to the literal half-yard line of the field. Nice job here rallying to the football. They've gone to this jet sweep a couple times with TK King. This time, Bearkats able to stay home and force a field goal attempt.
Ryan Hawk out for the 32-yarder, already 1 for 1 today. A chance to go up by 10. Hawk puts it up, and it's good. 13-3 New Mexico State. A drive that was just inches away from a touchdown ends in 3. 13-3 Aggies on top here in Las Cruces. Ball's the right way to describe it. That one almost touched the peaks of the mountains over there. 10-point lead for the Aggies. Hawk boots it all the way past the end zone as Sam Houston will get back on offense, where last time around they got into the red zone and fumbled. Taylor, what do they need to do this time around?
They found a little bit of a rhythm, especially on first down. Again, a key for this offense, staying ahead of the sticks, getting to second and medium, third and short. I thought they did a nice job of that on the last possession. I also thought they found a rhythm with Hunter Watson throwing the football. A couple of them were seam throws. Grady O'Neal got a target, did a nice job getting it to Alton McCaskill. Tight ends were involved as well. Need to go back to that play design and style because Hunter Watson was clearly comfortable.
Maybe they could use Lassie over there as a wide receiver, get him some yards. 1st and 10, 3:40 to go in the third. Watson hands it off to McCaskill, who tries to fight through a tackle, and he's down toward the 26.
Remember, Elijah Green, the top running back for the Bearcats, he's out. Alton McCaskill getting most of the touches tonight along with Coco Brown.
McCaskill, the redshirt senior from Conroe, Texas, playing in just his second game of the season. Been the leading rusher today. 11 carries, 40 yards. Second down for Watson with 2 in the backfield. He fakes the handoff. He tucks this one past the 30, right near the first down marker, and he's got it. Torrey Geathers brings him down, but not before an 11-yard gain from Hunter Watson.
And if you haven't seen Watson play quarterback, whenever he breaks contain, this is not a guy that has ever slid in his life. And he gets to the second level, and he finds a DB. He's trying to run through their face and pick up the first down. A good example of it right there.
A linebacker playing quarterback.
100%.
I mean,
watch this. Safety drives down under the out route, gets to the second level, boom, delivers the blow on the back end.
He wants to absorb that contact. He's trying to initiate it. First down, it starts with a handoff to Coco Brown, who's tackled just shy of the 40. Second and long coming up after being taken down by Quincy Davis, the redshirt sophomore from Las Vegas.
It was a good job by Davis flying downhill. Remember, this is the linebacker, this room, the linebacking core, that's what's been banged up most of the season to this point. Sone Opiu, he's been limited, getting some snaps today, but he was banged up a week ago. Tyler Martinez, their captain in the middle, he's out.
Arguably their best defensive player, Tyler Martinez, hasn't been able to play. 2nd and 9, Watson throws, and it's completed on the right sideline for Quavez Humphreys. Another Bearcat first down.
The safeties right now are driving downhill on this out route for Quavez Humphreys. Watch from right here. This safety is coming downhill, trying to get under the out route. Second time now. This time, Hunter Watson able to fit it in there. That's a dangerous throw.
Bearcats moving with some tempo. They slow it down a little bit. Quavez Humphreys entered today with just 1 catch. Today he's got 5. Fake handoff on 1st and 10. Watson tucks it, evades pressure, and completes a pass to Malik Phillips. Dancing out of bounds all the way by the 20. Big play for Phillips, the 6th-year wide receiver and only New Mexico native on the team.
And this is the element the defensive coordinator Joe Morris told us he was most worried about. When the quarterback, Hunter Watson, breaks contain. All the plays that happen off script. Good job keeping his eyes downfield and finding Malik Phillips for the first down.
26-yard gain for Phillips, who last time they were in Las Cruces, Phillips had 10 catches for 118 yards. Throw over the middle, and he's got Phillips again. Might be in for another big game for the New Mexico native, a 9-yard gain.
Seen that bubble screen to the outside a number of times. This time, watch, sells the bubble to the field, works the middle of the field. Good contested catch there by Malik Phillips.
So 2nd and 1 as the clock ticks down here in the third quarter. Watson to throw. He gets it to his running back, McCaskill. Past the 10, 5, into the end zone for a touchdown. Alton McCaskill puts a touchdown on the board for the Bearcats.
What a response and drive for this offense. Possession to go, the fumble on the lateral. New Mexico State drives down the field, and an answer from Sam Houston State. The back and forth in this second half, and this is a great job in the open field by Alton McCaskill. Makes one defender miss. It's good blocking on the perimeter as well. Gets to the pylon, and a big touchdown for the Bearkats.
McCaskill with 2 touchdowns on the season. All the way back in 2021 when he started his career at Houston, McCaskill led freshman running backs with 16 touchdowns. He's come a long way since then, but turned into the leading rusher for Sam Houston. 13-10 lead for New Mexico as we go to the 4th. Siblings. It seems like maybe that's where he got his competitive nature. Touchback coming. 1 second left on the third quarter clock as the New Mexico State offense will head back out. We'll head to a break soon going into the 4th quarter. But, Taylor, what's the key for the Aggies to get moving again?
They just need to keep doing what they're doing. In this second half, and really including the second quarter, I thought they've done a nice job. The red zone has continued to be the problem for them. With 2 stops in the red zone for New Mexico State on drives where they should have come away with touchdowns. Fortunate on the last one that they recovered that fumble.
They had a goal line rush from the 1, a fumble by Logan Fife that was picked up at the 9, and it ended up being a field goal. Callaway breaking tackles, and he gets all the way to the 45. Kadarius Callaway with a huge gain of 29.
That'll help bring some momentum into the 4th quarter. Blocked up well. Good job with some yards after first contact as well. Now moved on to the other side of midfield for an offensive unit that's doing a nice job moving the football.
Aggies with the ball, looking to extend that lead. Logan Fife, the 6-year quarterback, back out there, and he hands it off to Kadarius Callaway, who just broke off a 29-yard run, the longest New Mexico State has had all season. He gains 2 here.
That's something David Yost, offensive coordinator for the Aggies, talked to us about. We've got to find an explosive run. Felt like everything in the run game would come after some momentum, running the football well, and an explosive run gets that going. And they had that on the last play of the 3rd quarter from Kadarius Callaway.
But New Mexico State averaged an FBS low just 40 rushing yards per game. Entering today, they've doubled that with 83. Fife throws right, gets hit, and it's incomplete. He got popped there, but no flag in the play.
Well, unblocked interior defensive lineman is typically not what a quarterback wants to see. That was big 97 Dylan Frazier, redshirt junior from Salina, Texas. I'm telling you, you see somebody that big, 6'4", 270 pounds, unblocked. I think I'd do exactly what Logan Fife did there, just get rid of it.
Frazier in his 2nd season with Sam Houston, transferred from SMU after a couple years. 3rd and 7 coming up for New Mexico State.
Back up, back up, back up.
Fife looks left, now steps up in the pocket. He throws down the sideline, and it's caught by Kadarius Callaway. A great play by the running back for a 1st down, and he's coming up a little slow.
Callaway still down on the sidelines. Did a really nice job by Logan Fife, stepping up in the pocket, working left to right, recognizes his running back is open, keeping his eyes downfield. That's a great job by Logan Fife. And Callaway hit maybe a hair out of bounds there. No call for a late hit.
C.J. Brown getting him towards the sideline. A 28-yard catch for Callaway, who's been a big part of the offense today. Fife looks deep towards the end zone, and it sails over T.K. King. That was Jace Arnold, the free safety in coverage.
A little miscommunication. T.K. King on the corner route either lost it in the lights or not have his head around early enough. All the success that these two have had tonight, Logan Fife trying to go back to his top pass catcher in the red zone.
Not a bad start for T.K. King's 1st game. Might have gotten a little twisted up there, but over 100 yards on the day. Isaiah Ruddison, the running back in the game. He fumbled in the red zone earlier today. Fife throws over the middle, and he completes the pass to King.
This is such a nice job in a contested window. T.K. King knows he's got a defender on his back. Maybe a little bit of early contact there from Arnold, but a really nice job from TK King coming up with that catch.
6-yard gain for King, who's got 125 today. They said they were going to use it. They definitely have.
And they said to us in meetings yesterday, we feel like this is Conference USA Player of the Year caliber talent, but we are very fortunate to get back tomorrow. They plan to use him and get him touches, and that has lived up to that.
King at the top of the screen. That's where Fife's looking. He completes the pass at the 4, and King's fighting for more yards. He finally goes down with Iman Allen on the tackle.
So best on best at the top, TK King versus Iman Allen. And TK King getting the better of Allen. Just a simple hitch. I think Allen giving some respect to the top pass catcher for the Aggies. The timing there, really nice from Logan Fife as well. Gets the ball out of his hands quickly before Iman Allen can drive back on the ball.
Just his first game of the season, TK King. He missed the first 4, but he's fitting into this offense like a glove. First and goal for the Aggies. Hand off to Callaway, bursting into the end zone for a touchdown. Flag down on the field. We'll see if this one stands. Callaway looking for his first touchdown. Looks like it's not, based on Callaway's reaction.
It's on the play. It's a touchdown. Personal foul. Illegal hands to face. Defense number 48. Got 15-yard penalty force on the kickoff.
Well, sometimes excitement looks like touchdown Aggies.
What an impressive drive. The Aggies started with the chunk play on the ground. It's Callaway capped off by Callaway in the end zone. And after that fumble on the tush push a possession ago, Mexico State redeeming themselves, capping that drive off with a big touchdown.
Well, we'll see if New Mexico State can extend the lead to 10 with Ryan Hawk, kicker, back out there. 2 for 2 on extra points today. 20-10, New Mexico State. About 30 minutes before the good offense humming.
Well, it's been all TK King so far tonight, over 100 yards receiving. Big play from Callaway on this drive, capped off by Kadarius Callaway. 2-score lead for the Aggies.
All eyes on the field for the household furniture.
Who, coming into this game, was really the top back for New Mexico State. But that pair between Callaway and TK King have been phenomenal.
Porter muffs it. It's inside the 5. He lost the ball. Aggies have it. Another mistake from Sam Houston. New Mexico State with a great play to recover the fumble. It was Josiah Charles, the defensive back, jumping on the ball. The kick's in the perfect spot inside the 10. Porter wasn't ready.
What a disaster for Sam Houston. A back-and-forth game. Need to try and come up with some sort of momentum on the offensive side. Instead, Porter muffs the kick return, and New Mexico State will be set up with incredible field position inside the 5-yard line at the 2-yard line for the Aggie offense.
Hawks saying, yep, just like he drew it up. So the Aggies will start inside the 5. Ball at the 2-yard line. Callaway in the backfield. King in motion. It's to Callaway again, and he's brought down for a loss of 1. Big hit by Octavius Henderson.
Now Henderson, we've called his name a couple times tonight, had the opportunity to recover that fumble a couple possessions ago. You see some of the bigger bodies checking into the game, a couple tight ends. And imagine we see this Aggie offense keep it on the ground.
Sam Houston didn't lose a fumble in the first 4 games of the season. They've lost 2 today. Second and goal for New Mexico State, already with a 10-point lead, and they've got this red zone possession served to him on a platter. Here's Fife looking right, rolling. He throws out of bounds. Third and goal coming up as Chris Eaton gave him some pressure.
And Fife slow to get up. He's been dealing with an ankle injury. Looks like a Sam Houston defender down on the sidelines. They're trying to get this in the flat with that legal pick play to Gavin Harris. It's not there. Good job by Fife getting rid of it, but he came up a little gingerly.
Fife's been fantastic today. 17 of 24, 250 yards. See if he can guide the Aggies to 6 here on 3rd and goal. New Mexico State's been great on 3rd down today. They've had red zone struggles in the past. Scored on 4 of 6 of them tonight.
And a huge opportunity here for the Bearkats defense. If they can bow up and get a stop and force a field goal off of that muffed kick, that would be huge for this unit.
Fife with an empty backfield. Scans to his left, he throws, it's wide open into the end zone. Touchdown. P.J. Johnson III extends the Aggies' lead.
Aggie offense able to take advantage of the turnover by the Bearcats. Busting coverage, P.J. Johnson wide open in the end zone, and a good job by Logan Fife recognizing and finding the open receiver.
P.J. Johnson with his 3rd touchdown of the season. Last time out, didn't have a single catch. He's got a big one today.
You see all the defenders looking back at the quarterback in zone coverage near the goal line. Somebody has to travel with the shallow cross, and P.J. Johnson coming across. They don't, and it extends the lead for the Aggies.
The extra point is up and good. A 17-point lead for New Mexico State. What a turnaround.
Well, it started with the muffed kick from Shane Porter. A critical error and mistake from Sam Houston, their 2nd fumble of the night. On the other side, Aggies able to capitalize and take advantage. Touchdown, Logan Fife to P.J. Johnson. Facility, and it's one that New Mexico State very proud of, as they should be. Did a great job on that new end zone facility for the Aggies.
Almost a $16 million project. It's a game changer for recruiting when you can show young high school players the facilities.
100%. It's something that Sam Houston is living through as well right now. The reason they're playing all of their home games at Shell Stadium in Houston. They're redoing their press box, and something that New Mexico State fans felt like, and players, alumni, they had needed for a long time. And did a great job on that end zone facility. We were in there yesterday for our meetings and extremely impressed.
Well, if the Bearcats want to stay in this game, this drive is crucial. 1st and 10 starting at the 25, trailing by 17. Watson fakes the handoff, throws over the middle, and completes it to Derek Bledsoe III. Big play to start the drive.
And Bledsoe immediately coming up with a limp.
17-yard grab by Bledsoe, and he's laying down at the 45, shaking his head, and it looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Has to stretch for this ball, does a great job coming down with it. As soon as he went to plant, see him reach back on that hamstring. I don't want to speculate too much, but anytime reach for that area, it looks like that's what they're tending to as well.
A big play to start the drive for Sam Houston. 17-yard catch for Bledsoe, and he's going to gingerly come off the field.
It's like you mentioned a second ago, Jack, for this offense and Sam Houston as a team, got to be near perfect the rest of the way. 11 minutes left, down 3 scores. Have to capitalize on every possession remaining and come away with points.
Well, Watson's had a solid day throwing the ball. He'll need to do that to get some points back on the board. Fake handoff to the left. He throws to Humphreys, who's brought down with a hard hit at the 40. Nathan Mitchell.
And a nice job by Lorenzo Smith, the corner. He's able to set the edge, force the receiver back inside. You see number 31. He is who forces Malik Phillips to have to feed back inside. And then Nathan Mitchell able to come down and create the tackle for loss.
Phillips with his 6th catch of the day, but it's a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 for Watson. Looking left to throw. Now he rolls right, and he throws it in the dirt looking for Alton McCaskill. 3rd and long coming up.
We talked about this defensive staff feels like the strength of their defense is the defensive line able to get home here. Gabe Peterson, Utah State transfer. He was preseason first team All-CUSA, showing why. Good job getting after the quarterback off the edge. And I don't think there's any question here. You're operating with 2 downs here, so it opens up for offensive coordinator and head coach Phil Longo, who, oh, by the way, calls plays. You got 2 to play here with to get the first down.
Just the 2nd penalty of the night against New Mexico State. Watson facing pressure, rolling right, and he's tripped down at the 45. Heck of a play by Torrey Geathers.
But really the one thing you can't have, they bring Geathers off the edge. You can see Hunter Watson trying to work to the field. It's not there. Geathers unblocked, able to come up with a shoestring tackle and a huge sack of Hunter.
They convert and keep their hopes of getting that first win alive. Play clock runs down, and it looks like timeout was called. Or a flag for a delayed game.
4th down.
Now for Sam Houston, they get gifted the defensive offsides. Gets it back to 3rd and 7, and then mismanaged. 3rd down. I'm probably keeping that on the ground with Hunter Watson, trying to pick up anything there to get it to a 4th and short, 4th and manageable. Offense staying on the field now, backed up all the way to a 4th and 12.
4th and long for Watson, who's going to have to sling it. 20 of 28 for 184 and a touchdown today. Rolling right, facing pressure. Can barely get the throw off. And
New Mexico State did a fantastic job getting after the quarterback. Really nowhere to go with the football. You could see Tim Burns Jr. jumping up and down, but Watson was working the boundary by that point. Chris Reed also throwing up his hand, but Hunter, too many defenders in his lap.
27-10, New Mexico State on top. But tomorrow at 6 Eastern, catch up with the Inside College Football Crews. They break down the midweek gridiron action and look ahead to the weekend right here. So the Aggies back out on the field on offense after the turnover on downs. Early handoff to Callaway, who's got over 100 yards from scrimmage. Callaway about 65 yards on the ground after the gain of 3.
That's been the area running the football for the Aggies. They talked about the inability up to this point in the season, average less than 50 yards a game. They were dead last in the country, under 40 yards a game. Tonight, I know that may not look like a lot, 84 yards on the ground, but for this team, doubling up their average, getting an explosive run in there as well. This was a big night for the Aggies offense and their offensive line.
Isaiah Ruddison replaces Callaway, and they'll hand it off again. Ruddison breaking tackles past the 30 for an Aggie first down.
37. Isaiah.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you will see the remainder of this game. New Mexico State keeping the ball on the ground. You can also see that offensive line starting to lean on Sam Houston. Huge hole right down the hash. Jack, I think you and I could have run through that.
I probably would have tripped over past the. I would have tripped over the line of scrimmage, even though it's, in the turf. But what do you think's been different in the run game today?
I think the offensive line play has been the best performance so far of the season for the Aggies. They've really played at a higher level on a down-to-down basis than what they showed in the first 4 games.
Ruddison in the backfield again. He gets the handoff, and he's stuffed around the line of scrimmage by Cecil Powell, who initiated the contest. Overall, 3.5 yards per carry. They entered today at 1.5. So, yes, like you said, it's a smaller improvement, but that means a lot going forward for them.
Well, it's always the announcer jinx. You start bragging on the offensive line, and then you get a blown-up tackle for loss on the right side. But really, it's just been the best game overall. The offensive line play in the first 4 weeks of the season was so stop and start. Last week against New Mexico, 9 sacks on Logan Fife. Could not get in a rhythm, especially in that second half when the game got away from the Aggies. But tonight, the ability to stretch the field, the 2 shot plays down the field, that is dynamic. There are not a lot of guys in college football and in Conference USA that can stretch the field and run by defenders like TK King showed tonight. I think having him, and for the future of their season. That's massive for Logan Fife.
They've hit their season high in points for a reason. King has been a huge difference maker with 130
with talent in that era.
Touchback.
Through the back of the end zone, and the touchback with under 5 to go. New Mexico State on top by 20. As Hunter Watson and the Sam Houston offense gets ready to go back out there. A game where they made some strides early on. It looked like, they played tough in the second and third quarter, but the wheels fell off here in the fourth.
Well, I thought everything stopped in terms of momentum with the red zone turnover on the lateral. When that ball ended up being a fumble, not able to come away with points. And then obviously the muffed kick, everything stalled for the Bearkats.
Watson to throw. He launches it over the middle, and it's caught for a nice gain down the sideline. Tim Burns Jr.
To number 80.
That's a guy that has home run ability in this offense. He had a 59-yard touchdown break loose against UNLV earlier in the season.
Junior from Miami, Florida, with a 28-yard catch.
Bearkats.
First and 10 from the 47 for Watson and company, who might not get that first FBS win of the season. 0-4. Watson throws over the middle again. It's incomplete. What do you think they need to work on going forward, Taylor?
Well, you and I will see them again next week and a lot of October as we get into the weekday CUSA games. I think on a down-to-down basis, they have got to be more efficient getting ahead of the sticks. Right now, there's far too many negative plays and drive killers, whether it's penalties, sacks, or just negative plays where you go in the wrong direction for a tackle for loss. In order for them to have success in this league, they've got to start cleaning that up on first and second down especially.
3 of 10 on third down today, an area where they needed to work on a lot. Big gain for Coco Brown and a first down. Down at the 37.
It's also been a tough start to the season for Sam Houston. They've only had one home game so far, and a reminder, they're playing those home games at Shell Stadium in Houston because their field is under construction. They've also had injuries at quarterback. Hunter Watson's missed some time. Mabry Matoyer, who we have not seen tonight, he got knocked out against Hawaii. Landon Locke had to play. Been a number of issues and challenges so far this season for the Bearkats.
Handoff to Alton McCaskill. He's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. I mean, we talked about it with head coach Phil Longo. He said they've got all the built-in excuses in the world. They've had to travel over 10,000 miles. They're playing in their third time zone tonight, not getting to play home games. He said that can wear on a staff, but, these 18 to 23-year-olds are pretty resilient.
They have been. And tonight, the mistakes that happened on the field had nothing to do with injuries or where they traveled or anything else. It was just the fumbles specifically in the second half, I think, are what did them in this game. But getting a chance to come back home next week, you and I will be there against Jacksonville State. They can clean up some of those forced errors, or self-forced errors, I should say. They'll have a chance next week.
Watson looks to throw. He launches it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Third and long coming up. I mean, the turnovers are surprising. They only had 4 entering today, tied fewest in the conference, and that's something that Phil Longo said. We're not getting overly penalized. We're not turning the ball over. It was the other stuff, but today it's been a combination.
Yeah, Phil Longo wanting a pass interference there and not getting it. But you're exactly right. Especially on the road, you have to play clean football, take care of the football, and especially on special teams. That third unit traveling on the road and getting conference wins, a lot of times that's where games get away from teams, is if they lose the special teams battle. They had a missed field goal as well to go along with that muffed kickoff.
So Sam Houston will play Jacksonville State next. That one's in a week. 3rd and 12. Throw over the middle is bobbled and picked up. It's intercepted. Nate Mitchell. He's got space all the way down the sideline. All the way into the end zone. Nate Mitchell with a house call. A pick 6 is the cherry on top for New Mexico State.
What an unbelievable play from Nate Mitchell. Stripping the ball away. This is the leader on the back end. Watch as he drives, strips the football. That does not touch the ground. That is a great individual effort. Crackback block on Hunter Watson that was not called. But the rest of this, speed to the end zone from Nate Mitchell.
Had some great blocks ahead to extend the lead. 70 yards on the pick six for Nate Mitchell, the redshirt sophomore from Temple, Texas. Team leader in tackles and team leader across the board. They love this guy.
They bragged about him to us yesterday in our meetings, calling him the leader of the back end. 34 tackles on the year coming into this game. Huge play. The contest wasn't in the balance anymore, but that certainly put a cap on the night for the Aggies.
First interception of the season for Nate Mitchell.
But a good job reacting and fighting through as Grady O'Neal is taking that ball to the ground, not giving up on the play, stripping that ball up in the air. You see the shot taken by Hunter Watson.
His eyes were on the end zone right when he caught that ball. Well, Taylor, your keys have turned out to be very correct today.
I think the biggest one, if you look at Sam Houston on the offensive side of the ball, average down to go for a first down, 6.5. That's really challenging. I don't care who your offense is and who your quarterback is. You're going to have a tough time. Fife has been comfortable all night for Sam Houston. They have not done a good job getting after the quarterback. For New Mexico State, they had the one trip where they fumbled at the half-yard line. Other than that, they've been perfect. Almost met their season total for red zone trips on this year there. I think overall, for New Mexico State, running the football may have been the biggest differentiator, though. Having some sort of run game is really something that they've missed all season. That may have been the biggest difference just for momentum on the offensive side.
95 yards on the ground for New Mexico State. They've created turnovers, made some big plays. A 27-point lead for New Mexico State as Ryan Hawk boots it up past the end zone. It'll be a touchback for Sam Houston starting at the 25. 71-yard pick six for Nate Mitchell. The Aggies have done a fantastic job today, set to win 3 games out of their first 5 for the first time since 2008. They're going to start 3-0 here at Aggie Memorial Stadium as well. There's offensive coordinator for New Mexico State. It's David Yost in his first season, who's guided this offense to some solid play today. New quarterback on the field for Sam Houston. It's Mabry Matoyer, the 6'5" redshirt freshman from the Woodlands, Texas. Hands it off on the first play for no gain. Well, Matoyer has played 2 games this season. Came off the bench against UNLV. Started against Hawaii when Hunter Watson was out with an injury. He transferred over from Wisconsin, where Phil Longo was the OC last year. Former 4-star recruit and the 31st ranked quarterback in his class a couple years ago. Had huge Power 4 offers, and he might be the next guy up here at Sam Houston. Dump off pass to the right. Coco Brown with a nice stiff arm. Again, a minimal gain. Well, Taylor, Matoyer might be the guy leading the charge. But as for Hunter Watson for the rest of this season, what do you think he can do to improve and lead them to some wins? We'll talk about that after the break. 2-minute timeout.
It's been all Aggies late. Huge play from Nate Mitchell. Pick 6. Big night for the Aggies.
Tonight's player of the game, TK King, is brought to you by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Taylor, what a difference maker he's been to this Aggie offense.
They told us they wanted to get him the ball early and often, and this offensive staff and quarterback Logan Fife have lived up to it. Getting the ball to TK King early and often, deserving of player of the game, there's no doubt.
On 3rd and 12, a pass to Coco Brown, and it'll be 4th down coming up with under 2 to go. Well, Sam Houston set to remain winless on the season at 0-5, one of just 4 winless FBS teams right now. On the New Mexico State side, they're going to move to 3-2. Heading into Liberty next week, this was a much-needed win for them.
On the 2 losses on the road, Louisiana Tech and especially New Mexico, the score doesn't tell the story fully. If you watch that game, first half and first 3 quarters, especially against New Mexico, they were in the fight. I think this is a big win for New Mexico State in a way that may be able to propel them in the back half of the schedule.
Fourth down for Mabry Matoyer, the redshirt freshman who throws, and it's complete over the middle. Chris Reed on the catch for the first down. 11-yard grab for Reed, the junior from Orlando, Florida.
Number 87.
On the Sam Houston side, they take on Jacksonville State next week at home, like we mentioned earlier. And home for them isn't exactly home. It's a 142-mile trip, round trip from Shell Energy Stadium and back. They're not playing at Bowers Stadium this year because it's undergoing a $60 million renovation right now. First down for Matoyer. He completes the pass to Coco Brown, and he's out of bounds just shy of the 50.
Pass is complete to 34. Brown.
So the struggles continue for Phil Longo and company. Did make some strides today, over 300 total yards, passing their season average of 266, but just 10 points on the board to show for it. Some crucial turnovers. Matoyer steps up in the pocket, brought down on the other side of the 50.
Number 3, Mabry Matoyer.
Well, Matoyer might be the quarterback of the future, but right now for Sam Houston, Hunter Watson has been the starter. Matoyer did start earlier in the season against Hawaii when Watson was out.
And it'll be interesting to see if that remains the case. That's something Phil Longo talked about in his presser this week. It was Hunter Watson's job to lose. Watson did not play great tonight. We'll see if there's a change at all or if that's discussed next week.
Throws to Coco Brown again, and that will do it. Sam Houston State falls to 0-5, and New Mexico State wins 37-10, starting 3-0 here at Aggie Memorial Stadium in 2025.
Big time win for the Aggies. 3-0 at home. First time since 2007 that's happened.